Welcome to One Set Feeling with Shanky's Clips, where we show you smaller clips of our larger episodes. So keep watching and keep learning. Especially when we talk about you have fallen in love in an age, I think, when we were all, most of my audience is young audience.
Most of my readers who have read that book read in 9th and 10th itself.
Exactly. So, when we talk about love from your age to now, so how has love changed for you over the years? Maybe not just with your life, but
Yeah.
the love that you have seen outside.
No, I have seen the entire spectrum. I've been born in this generation. I was born in 82. I'm 43 right now. I happen to see a love life wherein arranged marriage was the only norm. And then came 90s. People started talking about love marriages.
Wow.
And this is also the time जहाँ स्कूल कॉलेज में बॉयफ्रेंड गर्लफ्रेंड्स नहीं होते थे. This was a concept driven we used to watch in Hollywood movies. वहाँ से अच्छा there is something called in college sophomore years where you go for this ball dance etc etc. हमारे यहाँ तो कुछ भी नहीं होता. हमारे यहाँ तो ऐसा होना चाहिए. Then came early 2000. Live-in was the new word.
Oh my God.
People said, "Oh, you are bold. Oh my God, बिना शादी कर रहोगे." Crazy. And then came the next decade, wherein gay marriages were being talked about, and homosexuality came into picture. This is the time wherein we felt, oh, two boys can be in love, two girls can be in love. So from arranged marriages to love marriages to live-in relationship to homosexuality, the entire spectrum, and there is so much. And now we're talking about situationship and what not. It's a whole chaos that we are in.
So how do you feel about it? Like when you look at it from that point till today's
Change
point?
is the only constant.
And
I see it as that more people have the flexibility and freedom. In this decade, what I'm seeing are divorces. They were never this rampant. In India, there are more people who are going to get divorced in coming decades than now put all together.
And well, why is that? Why is that happening so much?
Because we have revolutionized the idea of freedom. This whole YOLO culture also is a part to that. But more importantly, for good reasons, women have become financially independent. Now, I don't want to take this away just to save marriages. Women should be financially independent. So what has happened now? For so long, because they were dependent on the man,
husband.
The idea was shadi to nibhani hai because you can't think of it. So the man felt there was this breadwinner and the homemaker arrangement. Now we have changed that arrangement. Now the arrangement has become of two breadwinners.
Two breadwinners.
And when there are two breadwinners, there are more clashes when it comes to relationships. And when there are clashes, both breadwinners say, why should I change for you? And we have revolutionized the idea of freedom. So we see that if there is freedom to step out of this marriage, why not step out, then make those necessary adjustments? Because the idea of stepping out makes us feel that I am living on my own terms and conditions. There used to be a norm wherein the success of marriage used to define your success. It is no more so.
No more so.
What defines my success now? Did I live a happy life or not? If I'm finding that happiness in marriage, I will stay. If I'm not finding that happiness in marriage, I will step out. Because to me, my successful life is I lived happily.
And do you think going forward, love is going to become more chaotic in the world?
It already is. I wonder how more chaotic can it become. So in next 2 decades, this entire spectrum, I was at one literature festival with Times of India a couple of years back, and they asked me this question, what do you visualize? ऐसा क्या नया होगा प्यार की दुनिया में आने वाले सालों में? And my answer 7 years back was that we will have robots in our room. And those robots will be of shape and size that you want. They will behave the way you want. So imagine if I have a crush on certain actress, I will have the flexibility of a robot, a human-like robot designed after that actress. I want her to be my girlfriend, and she will become my girlfriend. That movie, Her or She, there was this operating system. The man happens to fall in love with this operating system. The moment he enters his home, there is this voice which is, "Are you back, darling?" And because we cannot control humans, but we can control and
robots.
tune these robots to behave the way we want them to behave, to even surprise us. You know, she will behave or he will behave in a manner that will surprise you. And they may also cuddle us because they are human like robots. So much is going to happen, and it's an irony that humans could not find love in other humans, so we are now looking towards machine and we are trying to find that love. When humans felt the need of intimacy during COVID in lockdown and they couldn't find another human beings, we all, so many of us went and adopted pets.
Yes.
Because
That's
we
so
have
true.
this need to cuddle, to love, to call somebody, and it has to be a living being. Now, unfortunately, we are going towards the machine part, but as long as you find solace in machines also, why not experiment that out?
That is so. I would be saying that it's so surprising to hear something like going forward. Definitely in the next 20, 30 years.
It will definitely happen. It is happening in
It is
Japan right
happening
now. Yeah,
already. Yes.
it is happening, and it will be more rampant. The cost will come down, and on one day you would want this human-like robot to become somebody else.
Somebody.
The persona will
Oh my
change,
God. Oh my
and
God.
we want to experience all of that.
I think I'm also a 90s kid, but so because I'm a 90s kid, I believe in the idea of love, believe in the idea of writing letters, meeting, and all of it. I think people, all the kids who are just coming into the world right now, will not be able to experience what we experienced, or like maybe what you
They will experience
experienced.
something new
Some-
in a whole different shape and form. And I also feel that eras come back after all this. Once we will, जिस दिन हम थक जाएंगे ना इन सब चीज़ों से,
वो ये चीज वापस
हम
आ जाएगा.
वापस आ जाएंगे उस पे कि छोड़ यार मैं एडजस्ट कर लेता हूँ. So many things you would have decided in your life, जोश में आके मैं ये नहीं करूँगा, and you would have come back to them. There will be an era where people will come back because this is very foundational level. This is a very human need. We want to love somebody and we want to be loved back.
By somebody. So with that, Ravinder, I think whatever we spoke about is so intimate and so real to life, whatever you mentioned and the thoughts. Now with all of this, because what we spoke is little emotional, little too deep, now we come to a little fun part. Okay, and this is one of the sections in all of my episodes, which is called the rapid fire round.
Okay.
So the rules are simple. Like there'll be certain questions that I'll be just asking you, and you have to answer like in your
Quickly.
style,
Yes.
in your way.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the rapid fire round. What's the one thing about modern love that makes you feel lonely today?
Sacrifices, the whole idea of
compromises and sacrifices.
compromises. Yeah. That I will not compromise makes me feel lonely.
If you could change 3 things in today's relationship forever, what would you do?
I will change one thing. तीन तो याद भी नहीं रहेंगी. Somehow establishing trust. That is the very foundation.
Every person who has gone through a heartbreak, they recover or they heal in their life.
May not be.
And is that okay?
That is okay. But everybody who wants to heal achieves that. You have to want it as much. People give up.
First heartbreak in just one word.
Deep pain.
What's one part of your heart that still hasn't healed?
I can't think of any such part that hasn't healed.
Everything is all good now.
Everything. In fact, there was just one thing that I wanted to relive my childhood with a lot of money because I had almost none. And now I think वो जैसा भी था ना वो अच्छा था. You know, बचपन की वो अमीरी न जाने कहाँ खो गई, वरना कभी बारिशों के पानी में हमारे भी जहाज चला करते थे. That was nice.
Nice. Very nice. One feeling you can never put into words, no matter how much you write.
Love.
Wow. What's something you wish you could unfeel?
Pain. Actually not. I don't want to unfeel anything. Because I felt pain is what it made me who I am. I don't want to unfeel anything.
3 movie recommendations for people who are broken today.
I don't have any movie recommendations from the world of romance. My all-time favorite is Rang De Basanti for the whole different reason of the civic sense with which we started. I want to go back to that. But there are so many other movies. But for me, my only recommendation is this:
Rang De
bring the
Basanti.
change.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, 3 tips to heal from your last heartbreak.
Give yourself a new goal. Understand that you are not alone. Count your blessings.
The last question for the same round. 3 tips for people in a relationship right now.
Even if you get married, don't give up on the idea of date.
Wow.
Keep going on date nights, and I will repeat this 3 times. Keep going on date nights. Keep going on date nights. Even if you have a kid, even if you are living with your parents, marriages fizzle out because the whole idea of romance fizzles out. You know, we say that अब तो होगी ना शादी, अब मुझे जिम जाके क्या करना, अब तो लहंगा फिट हो गया, वो तो no, do it for your partner, do it for yourself. Keep that romance alive, you know, feel that we have to live together forever, so keep going on date nights.
Great. So I think with that we end this whole episode and this rapid fire round. Ravinder, first of all, I would really love to thank you for coming here and just giving us all the knowledge and insights on your life about your first book, about your first heartbreak. And it is really, I was thinking twice to ask you those questions, but I think you were really a sport to answer those questions. So thank you for that. Before we leave and we exit this set, I want you to give one message to everyone out there, like all the listeners, everyone who's viewing this podcast, one message to all of them.
Thank you so much for having me here. Express more. आप दुनिया का कोई पहाड़ नहीं तोड़ रहे हो अपने अंदर उस चीज़ को छुपा के. एक्सप्रेस इट आउट इर्रेस्पेक्टिव ऑफ योर जेंडर. मैं ऐसा फील करता हूँ, मैं ऐसी फील करती हूँ. दैट्स अबाउट इट. द मोमेंट यू एक्सप्रेस यू विल फाइंड सो मेनी पीपल कैन एम्पथाइज विथ यू.
Great. If you've liked these shorter clips here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And to watch the full podcast of these same clips, you can go to our main channel and watch the whole podcast. Until then, see you.